Smart marketing objectives follow the 5 following elements. Each one of them should be specific. It should be measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. When we're crafting marketing objectives, we want to be as specific as possible. This way, we really know what we're aiming at instead of just a vague general idea. We want to make sure that objectives are measurable. We need to be able to know for sure whether the objective has been reached or not. We need to make sure the objectives are about something the company can actually take action on. They need to be attainable or actionable. They need to be something that we can actually create changes in the company in order to achieve the objective. They need to be relevant to the main business goal overall and to the marketing goals overall. Okay, so they need to be specific to what we're trying to achieve in general in the marketing department. And finally, they need to be time-bound. There needs to be specific time frames over which we're going to measure the objectives to make sure that they're achieved. Here are some examples of what I would term not so smart marketing objectives. Increase market share, win the trust of customers within the first 2 years of operations, utilize social media. Now, each of these items are laudable, good things for us to do as marketers, right? We want to increase market share. We want to win trust of customers. We want to use social media. But as objectives, each one of these falls short. The first one, increase market share, certainly we can tell whether we have increased or not. But what is our actual objective? Let's be specific here. How much should we increase market share? Do we want to increase it by 10%? In the next 12 months? Do we want to double market share? Do we want to capture 25% of the total market share in our industry? Like, try to be just as specific as possible. Also, this one lacks a time-bound element, right? The next one is win the trust of customers. That's a good thing. And it looks like it's time-bound because it says within the first 2 years of operations, right? So we have a time frame there. But the problem is, this is really pretty difficult to measure. How do we know that we've won the trust of customers? What sort of metric would we use to even measure that? Okay. The last one is utilize social media. Now, certainly we can tell did we or did we not use social media, so it's sort of measurable, but there is no time element. It's not specific at all, and it really could be a lot more measurable if we would put some specific quantifiable objectives to this. Okay, it's certainly relevant, it's certainly actionable, but it falls short in some of the other areas. Now here are examples of what would qualify as smart marketing objectives. Break even by the end of the first year of operations. Capture a 10% market share by the end of 2021. Increase average revenue per customer by 20% in the next 12 months. Double Facebook likes and follows by December 31st, 2022. Maintain a 4.5-star rating on Yelp and Google. Now, each of these satisfies all 5 elements of being smart marketing objectives. They're specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. Even the last item on this slide is time-bound, because if we're going to maintain a 4.5-star rating on Yelp and Google, that means that it would never in any quarter, any month, any year fall below the 4.5-star rating. So when you're writing your marketing plan, I do recommend that you aim for about 3 to 5 marketing objectives, each of which would be 1 sentence long, doesn't need to be longer, and each one of which would satisfy all 5 elements of being smart. That's specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time-bound. Each objective should be all 5 of these things.